Good day and welcome to this short introduction to Google Classroom, which is an online platform we use here at the UTC and the Studio Schools. So Google Classroom is an online platform that helps teachers and students to organise their resources and learning. It allows teachers to share, submit and grade assignments so students could submit their work, have them graded and also return them if they need to. It also allows sharing of ideas and improves discussions. So online discussions can be had in the same way as you might have one on a forum. So teachers can ask a question and students respond underneath and question each other, share their own ideas. So it's a place that allows that sort of thing. And also it's just generally in any time, any place, any device, access to all lesson resources and usually more than that as well. So extra resources teachers may have if students are struggling with a particular topic, or it may provide links to other external sources of useful resources such as YouTube videos, other things like physics and math tutor who do an awful lot of resources that can be used for revision. So essentially the Google Classroom forms an actual online classroom where all the learning resources are there and much more, and it's a very organisational platform that helps students organise their own learning, and that helps improve their independent learning, which is very useful for their onward study into sixth form and university and beyond. So just briefly what Google Classroom looks like, this would be a student's homepage with all their individual Google Classrooms. Now different teachers organise these in different ways according to what best suits their subject. For me, I have my, say for example, A2 Chemistry, so my Year 13s have a Google Classroom, and I have one for my AS Chemists in Year 12. BTEC teachers sometimes organise it by unit, because students may be doing multiple units with the same teacher, and that just allows a little bit more organisation to help the students stay clear on what is for what unit. Within each classroom, obviously the teacher can post their resources, their announcements, and it just goes to their students. So this is a typical Google Classroom. This is my A2 Chemistry Google Classroom. So on the Google Classroom, there are several tabs, most important ones being the stream and classwork tabs. So on the stream, everything that appears on the classwork tab will also appear on the stream. So stream isn't the best tab to use for organisation. Generally, I would use the stream for important announcements that the students need to know at a certain time. So if I was, say, announcing there was a test coming up and telling the students what topics might be on it, that would go on the stream and then they can look at it, make notes and start their revision plan. In terms of posting resources, that is best on the classwork tab. So this is what the classwork tab might look like, and you can break your classwork tab down into topics. So the teachers will break these tabs down into individual topics. So on mine, I've organised it so that all the lectures and PowerPoints are in one topic, then all worksheets and answers and whatnot will go on the apply work, and then I'll have another topic for achieve tasks, which are essentially homework. So I've broken it down to have all my PowerPoints in order in one, all the work that matches in order in the other. But different teachers break this down in different ways. And for example, in English, they might break it down by whichever text it is that the work relates to. So the classwork tab will contain all the resources, the learning resources, broken down into either subjects, or they might do it by week, however is appropriate for that particular subject. However it's done, all the work is there. In terms of how this benefits the students, as you've already seen, it gives you access to lesson resources. So if there was something in a lesson that a student didn't particularly like or wanted to go back over, the resources are there for them to do so. Also, if they miss a lesson, the resources are there for them to catch up so they can never fall behind. Also, particularly in BTEC subjects, all assignments are posted onto the Google Classrooms, and they all have submission dates, so students know what assignments are due when, and it will list them in order so they can see in order of what comes first. This helps them organise their independent learning. Lots of teachers also post homeworks on there, again with the deadlines there, so students can see what they've got due in when. And as we saw for the stream, it also allows a sharing point for key information and announcements, so students get information that's relevant to their groups, their teaching groups. For parents, parents can, if they give their email address, receive a weekly update of their child's work for that week. You can also then see for that work what has and hasn't been submitted. So you can keep up to date all the time of what deadlines are there, which ones have already been met, which ones are yet to be met and are coming up, or which ones may have been missed. So parents can keep up to date with where their child is at. So it allows parents to make sure the child is keeping up, and it gives parents a point to contact. So parents can get teachers' email addresses and say, look, I know my child's not keeping up, is there anything I can do? Or make us aware of something that we should be aware of that their child might need from us to support them in doing their work and keeping up. So essentially, where we have parental emails and parents have our emails, it allows staff and parents to work together with the students to make sure that they get praise when they are working well and doing everything they should be doing and more, and also to make sure that any interventions that are needed are in place early before students get behind, so we can make sure that students keep up and our parents are always informed, and staff also know of anything that they might need to know to support students with anything that might be going on. So I hope that little introduction to Google Classroom has been helpful. There are other videos that go into a bit more detail about actually how work is submitted, how it's shared, and also how the system for parents works. So if you want more information, that is shared in other videos. Thank you for listening.